Chosen vessels, what's the deal? It's your main man, Druuill, and I'm back at you again with another video. I need each and every vessel to hit the like button, hit the share button, and don't forget to subscribe, all right? On God, you gonna get the last laugh. They should have, they shouldn't have tried you and made a huge mistake by doing so. On God, you gonna get the last laugh. Someone made a huge mistake by trying you and thinking they were going to get away with what they tried you with. They thought that they were going to do you wrong and it was just going to be smooth sailing. People who think that they're going to do you wrong never get the last laugh. You will. You will always get the last laugh because you are the righteous one. You are the person who was doing good. When someone tries to do you wrong and you're the one doing good, you're going to come out on top. And that's how you get the last laugh. You get the last laugh by being able to continue to get ahead. You get the last laugh by continuing to move forward with your life and letting go of all that resentment. You don't want to hold on to anything that anyone did. And that's how you get the last laugh. You get the last laugh by letting go. You don't have to hold on to what anyone did. What they did might have been wrong. There are some people out there that do wrong to others. There's some people out there that do wrong to others. But the thing about you is you just accept it as a way of life. You accept it as an opportunity for you to grow. You accept it as an opportunity for you to learn from, not from you to burn from. You know, you might get burnt, but your hand doesn't stay burned. You heal, you put a little neosporin on there, and you get better eventually. Your neosporin for life is just forgiveness. Your neosporin for life is letting go. And if someone does something that isn't right to you, you can let it go. You don't have to allow it to ruin your life. And that's how you get the last laugh. You get the last laugh by moving on and living your life. When you are angry and when you are resentful, you are destroying yourself. When you continue to have anger and bitterness for people after something happened that wasn't right, the only person that you have to blame is yourself. You are destroying yourself and ruining your life by allowing you to continue to be angry and upset over someone else. You are harming yourself by continuing to think about what they did, continuing to let that picture replay and replay and replay and replay in your mind, ponder replay in your mind. All right, no Rihanna this time. Sorry, Rihanna. Don't let that resentment ponder replay in your mind. No replay, ponder replay on negative situations. You want to ponder replay on a positive situation. You want to picture better for yourself regardless of the negativity that may have come into your life via another person. And it's always good to learn from these kinds of experiences so you don't let it happen again. Because if you let something happen again that happened at first by accident, that's a mistake. And you don't need any more mistakes. You don't need any more mistakes. All right, you need something good to happen. You need something great to happen. And that can only come by letting go. When you let go, you're going to feel free. It's going to open you up for more possibilities, more positivity. It's going to open you up to have more God in your life, which is more good in your life. You're going to be able to have more good in your life when you let go. Holding on to resentment is one of the worst things that you can do. It's one of the worst things that you can do. One of the worst things you could do, holding on to resentment. You want a clean slate in life. So that way you can get the last laugh. And when you are letting go of the things that happen, you are going to feel so good. You are going to feel so free. All right. You know how you see people walking around with sandals on with no socks on. You won't feel that free. All right. Some of us, we like to have socks on with our footwear. We like to keep it socked up. But just like some people like to walk around with no socks on with this, you gonna feel free. All right, you gonna feel that free. That's free. That's a little too free for me, but that's free. So let go of things. Don't hold on to negative experiences. When you think about it, right? When you think about it, why would you want to hold on to a negative experience, regardless of how bad it is, regardless of how unright it may have been? You learn something from it, and you were able to grow from it, and you take from it what you can. It puts you on game. It puts you on to the type of lame people that behave this way. So when you start to see the signs next time, no, 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 not in my house. You get to do the Matumbo thing, like, no, 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 not my house. So resentment towards people, holding on to resentment towards people, it'll crush your spirit. It will ruin your life. There are some people who are holding on to something that happened years ago, and that was me up into a few years ago, till a little bit ago, until I learned that it's just not worth it. It's not worth it to hold on to the resentment towards people who are doing things that you didn't appreciate. And if you didn't appreciate it, why hold on to it? You know, if it's something that you didn't like, why hold on to it? Why would you hold on to something that you don't like? Holding on to something that you don't like, it's like it's like stepping on a thumbtack and expecting it not to hurt. It's like walking around with a rock in your shoe. It's like driving with a flat tire. It's like and having a spare and not changing it. You know, so that resentment will really destroy your life, and it's easy to get it now. It's easy to get it. Not as easy to let it go. You have to come to a point to where you learn that the resentment is just not worth it, and you have to look at the story behind it in a way to where you can grow from it, and in a way to where it's not affecting you negatively, even if it is a negative situation. That's the best way to look at it. You don't want to look at a negative situation in a way to where it's only going to make things more negative, because what is being upset going to do for you except continue to make you more upset? Being upset is only going to continue to make you more upset. You don't want to be upset over something that happened a few years ago, or something that happened a decade ago, or something that happened, like, you don't want to hold on to that, especially a decade ago. But you don't want to hold on to anything that happened 1 year, 2 year, even a month ago, even a day ago. But when you learn how to let go, it becomes automatic. And it's not easy at first, but once you learn how to let go of stuff, it's automatic. And that's why you're going to have the last laugh. That's why on God, you're going to have the last laugh. They may have tried to do something. They may have tried to do you dirty. They may have tried to do something wrong. But it was a huge mistake. They made a huge mistake by doing so, because they either missed out on a good person, they either messed out on a good relationship, a good business partner. They missed out on that. And you may not be that. You may not even be that yet. But the thing about someone like you is you're going to keep going until you get to where you need to go. You're going to keep improving until you become who you want to be. It may take some time. You may get there. It may take you longer than everybody else. It may take you longer than you expected. It may not happen as soon as you want it to happen. But it's not necessarily, things do happen on God's time, but it's God in you. Like, you can make things happen. I like when people say things happen on God's time, but I really don't like that, because it's like you can make things happen. People, like, you can't tell no immigrant that comes here from Guatemala it's gonna happen on God's time. You can't tell them that. They're going, got it, Poppy. I don't know. I believe in God, Poppy. Cross on my neck, Poppy. You see it, Poppy. But what you mean, Poppy? I made it happen, Poppy. What you mean? God's time is now, Poppy. So I really don't like that whole in God's time. That's like that's just an excuse, man. That's like people making excuses, and that's just something that people use to comfort them. And it's like I like me personally. Only thing that's gonna comfort me is some hard work. It didn't happen. All right, boom. What's the next solution? What's the next hard work? What's the next hard thing that sucks that I have to do so I could get to where I want? And it's like people, no, it's not God's will, it's my will. It's your will. Like you go somewhere, but like, yo, man, yo, if God's will, I can make it. No, if it's your will, you can make it, because if you're not gonna make it, you just didn't want to go. Hey man, I got this thing popping off. You gonna come by? Man, if it's God's will, I'll be there. No, that just means you don't want to be there. That's what that means. That means you don't want to be there. So if you really want something, it's going to be God's timing on your timing. There are things where it's God's timing, but you have to, you could, it's things that you can do that is only going to happen through you doing it, through the God in you. When you may have to rely on someone else, or when somebody else may have to approve it, or you're looking for something else to happen for you. Yeah, God's going to have his hand in it. All right, because it's like when we get things through other people, it comes from God. Even somebody may bless you, it comes from God. You get a good opportunity from somebody, that came from God. But I'm not going to act like I don't have the ability to do things and make things happen on my own. I'm not just going to sit around and wait and just in God's time. You have to do something. You have to make something happen. Even if it isn't God's time, it's going to happen through you and your ability and what you're doing. You have the power. You have the power to make things happen. Not going to act like I don't have the power to make things happen. I don't know about everybody else, but you have the power to make things happen. You can make things happen. All right. And it's not taking anything away from God. It's not taking anything away from you. God loves it when you use the power that he already instilled within you to make things happen. Not going to act like that's not true. But on God, you're gonna get the last laugh. You are going to get the last laugh. I guarantee it. If you let go of what they did, if you don't hold on to the negativity behind it, if you move forward with your life, if you move forward with your life and choose to live your life and not choose to focus on someone and what they did, you're going to get the last laugh. All right. It may take some time, it may take some time. It's something that some people have to learn. And it's like, if you knew better, you would do better. That's why seeking after information is wise. That's why God says wise people will seek after information. Wise people want to learn, that may not have been the exact scripture, but wise people want to learn. Wise people want to know things. Only a fool will exclude knowledge out of his or her life. So knowledge is very important. When you know something, you could get ahead a lot faster than if you didn't know something. When you know something, it could change your life in a way to where if you didn't know it, you would just be stuck not knowing it and having to deal with a situation to where you'd be screwed kind of, because it's like, yo, if you don't know how to do something and you're trying to do it, then and you don't know, it's like trying to heal yourself, or like trying to do surgery without knowing how to do the surgery. It's like, how can you operate on someone or heal someone or make someone better if you don't know how to do it? So when you get the information and you learn how to do something and you're able to change it, you're able to fix it, you're able to grow because of it, your life is better. Things are going to be better for you because you know something. So that's why you're going to get the last laugh. You're going to get the last laugh because you're not going to allow this person to take control of your life. When you hold on to the idea of a negative person and what they did, you're letting that person control your life. If you're letting them get you upset, if you're going to bed angry thinking about this person, waking up, starting your day thinking about this person, like all the time wasted thinking about other people and what they did when they're off somewhere enjoying themselves and having a good time. It's easy to say let things go, but you have to learn. It's easy to say let things go and to get over things, but you gotta know. You have to know how to get over it. You have to know how to let go of it. Once you learn how to let go of things and get over things, life becomes a little easier. because you're not going around holding on to things. And yo, once you stop getting upset and offended over stuff, like yo, you could just feel it. Your life becomes easier. You'll feel lighter. You'll be happier. You won't be weighed down by like when you have problems dealing with people and things, you could possibly project into the future negativity. Like, oh, what's going to happen next? Like, I know I have to deal with people, and I know I don't like this about people, and this happens when I try to interact with people, when I deal with people. What's going to happen next? It's like your outlook on the future is bleak. Your outlook on the future is negative. So when you don't get upset and you don't get offended, and it's certain things that you're just able to let go, because people are going to be people, and you can't change people. And when you are targeted and all these things, and when people want to deal with you a certain kind of way, and when people just want to treat people however they want to treat them, it's a little sting that comes with that. It's like, okay, I'm cool when I'm at home or when I'm at my place, but then when I go out into the world, I have to deal with people how they are choosing to deal with me. But if I choose to deal with myself a certain way when I'm out in the world, then that's the whole be in this world, not of this world kind of thing. You're in this world, but you're not of this world, you're of your own world. You're of the world that's inside you. You're of the world that you're creating with your own mind and with your thoughts. Because even when you step back out of the world, and you are back in at your home or at your place, through the things that happen throughout the day, the thoughts that you created, the energy that you took with you due to like some type of issue or problem, or however you look at life, you still have to take that mindset with you, and you still have to take those thoughts with you. So regardless of whatever happens, that's the past. It happened, it's over with, but it's only still happening in your mind. It's only still fresh within your mind. So if something happened 5 hours ago and you didn't like it, and you're still holding on to it, if something happened 5 hours ago and you're still holding on to it, and it's making you upset, or it's driving you crazy, or you feel like you can't let it go, the reason why you feel like you can't let it go is because you're allowing it to make you feel some type of way. The reason why you feel like you can't let it go is because you're holding on to it, and you're observing it. You're interpreting it in a way to where your mind is stuck on it. So people want to let things go. People want to get over things, but your mind is like still looking at it in a way to where it's harmful to you and it's damaging to you. And when you are able to look at things in a way to where you're able to let them go, you're going to get the last laugh. You are going to get the last laugh when you're able to look at things and let things go, and not hold on to things, and not keep them fresh in your mind, and not keep that same old story circulating throughout your brain, circulating and percolating. Like you looking at that story like it's time for the percolate. Woo, woo. You keeping that thing going, keeping it moving. All right, that thing is just dancing in your mind. Like, I'm that negative thought you're trying to let go. Ah, like you have to look at things, and you have to know. That's the thing. You have to know how to look at things. Like if I had known this earlier on how to look at things and how to let things go, and how to not be upset or offended by the things that people did. Because people will upset you and offend you, but the thing is, you don't have to get upset or offended by them. All right, you don't have to get upset or offended by people. People can call you what they want. They can call you whatever they want. You think of the worst word in the world and just picture somebody calling you it. How would you feel? But the thing is, time's going to pass by. Are you that? If you're not that, and you know you're not that, but you're not able to let it go because it's affecting you in a certain type of way, then it's something you have to deal with yourself. It's something you have to do with you. It's something internally that you have to work with. If somebody did something a couple hours ago and you're not even there anymore, you're not even at that store anymore, you're not even at that job anymore, you're home, and those things are still affecting you, and you don't know how to look at it in a way to where mentally it's like, ah, like if you don't know how to deal with things mentally, if you don't know how to deal with life mentally, you're screwed. I'm just gonna say it that way. If you don't know how to deal with life mentally, and if you don't have certain like little aspects of life figured out mentally on how to mentally override negativity and deal with people, you're screwed, because your mind is just gonna be so focused on the negative things that happen, and you're not going to be able to live your life in a way to where you could just ease on down the road. Don't you carry nothing that might be a load. Ease on down the road. You got to be able to ease on down the freaking road, man. Like, you got to be able to ease on down the road. But it's hard. It's hard, man. It's hard when when people, it's hard when you have people acting towards you in a way, because it's just straight jealousy. It's hard to deal with jealous people. It's like, man, this sucks. I got to deal with all these people that don't like me. Oh man, this sucks. But the thing is, you have to get to a place in your mind. Doesn't matter who doesn't like you. Doesn't matter who wants to treat you a certain way or talk to you a certain way. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how you can get to a space in your mind to where everything is all right. And that's how you know you're growing. That's how you know you're elevating. And that's how you know you're going to get the last laugh. That's how you know you're going to get the last laugh, when you can deal with things in a way to where it's like, yo, F you. You know what I'm saying? F me, F you too. I'm not going to deal with forget you. And when I say F, I mean forget. Forget you. Well, forget me. No, forget you. All right. You forget me. Forget you. Forget you too. Literally forget you too. I'm going to forget you all the way. I'm going to forget you all the way up and down, all around, across town. I'm gonna forget you, because what else is there to do? What else is there to do? I'm going to use my mind in a way that brings me the most peace. And the thing about going through so much trouble mentally, once you crack the codes and you figure out how to deal with things to where people just don't, the people that ain't stuff, that they just ain't nothing, and they're nothing, and they're not gonna be nothing to you. You can actually wish them well. And yo, that's a great thing. I know I make titles, and I know I make videos that I know my titles are a little out there and stuff like that, but that's it's YouTube, okay? But some of the things I say are very true, but it's a lot of it is just it's YouTube, So just you bear with me. But the thing is, like, the way I make my videos and the way I put things together, it all brings it home, and it all brings it home. And these are personal experiences, things that I've experienced, but I do it for you guys, in a sense to where it's like, okay, here's the, oh wow, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. But then boom, here's a lot of good, wholesome information. Here's a lot of good things that can actually help a person. And I just understand, if I put up a title that looks like if I put up something that I just if you put up something that looks a certain way, nobody's going to be interested in it. If you put up something a certain way, nobody's going to be interested in it. And if you put up something another way, people are just going to gravitate towards it. It's just the way it is. So, but the thing is, I put the medicine in the applesauce. That's how I look at it. I put the medicine in the applesauce. So it's really all about how you look at things. It's really all about how you handle things with your mind. All right, it's really all about how you handle stuff with your mind. You have to handle things with your mind in a certain way to where you're going to be able to have the last laugh. And that's why you're going to have the last laugh. Oh God, you're going to have the last laugh. They might have thought they got over on you. They might have thought they harmed you some type of way. They might have thought they did something to you that wasn't right. Now they're ha 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 ha. Guess what? You're gonna have the last laugh, because you're growing because of it. You're turning into a better person because of it. And like going through a whole bunch of stuff mentally, and dealing with stuff mentally, and being able to come out of it on top, and be like, yo, I conquered this stuff. Yo, like the stuff that used to bother me, it can't even bother me no more. It's like you reach a certain level of like you're like, yo, you become a mind warrior, a warrior in your mind and a warrior of the minds. Like, yo, you watching this channel, you are going to become a mental warrior. All right, and that's how you become a physical warrior. First in the mind, a mental warrior. You're gonna be defeating people mentally, left and right. They're gonna say something, you're not even gonna care. Like, you're not gonna be worried about the stuff you used to be worried about anymore. And when you let things go, you're gonna feel better, and those feelings of feeling better are going to attract greater things to you. When you can let things go, you're going to attract greater things to you. It's going to be a lot better things that come into your life as a result of being able to let things go. Little petty stuff that people do. You know, people will see that, and people are just awful sometimes. People will see that you get upset over things. People will see that you get bothered by things, and it's the narcissism in them. And narcissist will see that something bothers you, and they'll continue to keep doing it. But I don't crack the code, y'all. I don't well cracked a code, but I mean I know how to I know how to get over this type of stuff. I know how to get over and it's all just out of things that pique my interest, like just wanting to know why things are a certain way, and then just figuring it out from there. So, anybody that would like to book a session with me, I advise you to. If these kinds of things bother you, if these kinds of people bother you, if you are having a hard time letting things go, if you have resentment, if your mind is resentment filled, like, I got you. Book a session with me. We could talk, and I will help you and guide you through that thing, and I will help you put your mind on easy street. I guarantee it, 100%. I guarantee it. I'll help you put your mind on easy street. You'll be so happy and so light and so stress free. All right, your mind will be at ease. All right, whatever happens, you'll be able to handle it. You'll be able to mentally deal with it. All right, with these kinds of people. Anything that they try to do, say, whatever it is. All right, the little petty things people try to do to get on your nerves, I got you. All right, I'm telling you, like you'll be able to deal with it, and that's what it's all about. Because you want to be able to deal with life. Unfortunately, when you have toxicity in certain areas of your life, whether it be family, whether it be your job, whatever it is, if it's family, it might have been certain things they didn't want you to know. If they're treating you a certain way, sometimes people in family don't want you to know these things because they want to have control over you in a certain way. So where now you just grow up and you just end up having all this stress because they never really taught you how to deal with people in a way to where you can handle things and get over things. And it's like, and when you see you're being gaslit and manipulated, you see that it's something that they didn't do, because if they did help you that way, you would have been able to get over their gaslighting and their manipulation. But God has certain people go through things so that way, they'll be able to help others, man. Sometimes you got to go through things to be able to help other people who are dealing with the same thing. And some people might, it's a blessing and a curse, but it's more of a blessing than it is a curse, because once you realize it is a blessing, it's like the curse part of it just falls away. And it's just like, okay, it's not a curse anymore because I know how to use it to my benefit. At first, it may be a curse until you figure out how to use your mind, until you figure out how to just deal with things and deal with life and deal with people. Once you learn how to deal with things internally, if you can deal with the people that you have to deal with in life is just going to be easier. That's just my opinion. I know you have to deal with life necessarily. Dealing with life is difficult, but the thing is, like, when you are dealing with life but you don't know how to deal with people, it makes it hard. It makes it difficult, because if you're already in a stressful situation with your life, and then you have people who are coming into your life trying to play with you on top of that, me personally, my opinion, that just makes it harder. So when you know how to deal with, when you're already good with dealing with life, but the extra icing on the cake is difficult people, and it's like making you freak out and spaz out, and it's like you're overthinking and you're overwhelmed and you're just frustrated and you just wish people would leave you alone because now you don't like people because of how people are, and you're not that way and you don't know how to deal with it because you were never taught how to deal with it. It's like how I just don't understand it. But I do understand it, but I just don't understand how people can. But that's a whole nother video. That's just certain toxic people in your life. I don't know how someone can maintain a job and a place to work but not be able to help you or advise you on doing the same thing, because I've had problems at jobs where I would like hold on to resentment and things because people were just trying to like bother me and affect me negatively, and I did not know how to deal with it mentally, and I just both like I just never knew how to deal with it mentally. Like whatever job I had, I would always have problems. And they say when you go somewhere and you're always having problems, it's not other people, it's you. But when you have to deal with other people and you don't know how to deal with them, you can still be a problem. And that was my problem. Being places, not knowing how to deal with people, not knowing how to handle things internally when I deal with someone, something may be difficult, something may be hard, a person may do something that I don't like, and now it's affecting my whole entire life. I'm overtaking it, like I'm making it the worst thing that ever happened to me because I don't know how to let it go. It's something that's constantly floating around in my head. I'm holding resentment. I'm looking at the situation negatively. And when you know how to get over things, and you know how to deal with people, it makes dealing with life a lot easier because life is already hard. But once you learn how to deal with people, you could just get back to dealing with life. But dealing with people is a dealing with you kind of thing, because when you deal with people, you have to deal with yourself and how you're going to interact with them. It's not necessarily it's dealing with people, but it's more dealing with you than you are dealing with people. And once you learn how to like deal with yourself in the sense of like, okay, I have to be around people. I may not like them. They may have a little attitude. I'm trying not to have an attitude because they have an attitude, or they may be jealous towards me. Or if people are jealous towards you and treating you jacked up, you still got to be able to function in that environment. You still got to be able to function in an environment like that. When people are trying you, when people are doing things to get on your nerves, when people are doing things to make you angry so you can't focus, so you get frustrated, so you lose your cool. So it's like they keep pinging you, pinging you, pinging you, pinging you, pinging you. And then you're wondering why a week down the road, you just can't take it anymore and you just walk off the job. You're wondering why you done spazzed on this person, and you feel like it's all your fault, and you done made a fool of yourself and just like went Super Saiyan on someone for just doing the smallest little thing, bumping into your shoulder or something. Like when you are a certain way, this is why the Bible says, know thyself. You have to know yourself. You have to know what makes you tick, what bothers you, what gets on your nerves. And unfortunately, these narcissists, they got this cognitive, emotional ability to where they can, like, how we could pick up on, we have our intuitiveness and things like that. And we could sense, okay, this is a bad person, I'm staying away. This is a narc, I'm staying away. They have their things where they could pick up on, okay, this person doesn't like that, I'm going to keep doing it. And they're evil because of it, but you have to find a way to deal. You have to find a way to deal with it and get around it mentally. And when you can let go, and when you can not hold on to the things that they're doing, you're going to be able to do that a whole lot easier. But you have to learn how to not let go, and you have to learn how to not have resentment. And once you figure those things out, yo, you will be so much better at dealing with yourself. You'll be better at dealing with yourself. And when you're better at dealing with yourself, you're automatically going to be better with dealing with people. People are going to be trying you and doing all these weird, stupid things. And you're just going to be looking at them and they're going to be laughing. They're like, somebody tried something stupid the other day and they really thought they got over it, and they just walk. I'm just looking at them like, yo, y'all don't even know. I'm not even affected by that anymore. Yo, you are going to feel so good. You're going to feel so good because that burden has been lifted off your shoulders. That stress has been taken out of your life. All right, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. You're not supposed to be stressing, and you're not supposed to have like that much mental stress and that much mental anguish. It's going to put you on edge. It's going to leave you on edge. It's going to have you so upset and angry. You're not going to deal with nobody. People wonder why certain people walking around angry and upset, and this person thinks he's a good person. He did before he got around y'all. He was before he got around y'all. But the thing is, there are some people who are just jacked up and like to take good people and screw them all up and turn their life inside out and all the way around. All right. But you can't let it happen. And how you don't let it happen is by figuring out who you are, figuring out what's up with you. What's up? What's up with you? Like Michael Jackson said, figuring out what's up with you. All right. You got to figure out what's up with you. Michael Jackson and Eddie Murphy. All right, they probably partied a little bit before that video, but that's what's up with you. Whatever party favor they done had before that video, that's what was up with them to create a video like that. They was up. All right, but anyway, yo, we done went over a lot in this video. If you need to reach out, you need to have a session with your main man Druuill. Hit me up, man. I'm here for you. We can have the session. I will actually help you, and it's some not only advice, but it's practical tools that I use, that I found, that I put in place for my life, that will help you mentally, just like they help me mentally. If you're someone who struggles with anger or frustration, or people getting on your nerves, people maybe at your job upsetting you, pissing you off, doing the whole narcissistic abuse thing, you want to go home, lay down, because like the people renting space in your mind and they're stressing you out and worrying you half to death. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you clear out those negative thoughts, clear out those people out your mind, and be able to look at them with a smile and just destroy them. I'm going to turn you into a destroyer. All right, book a session with me today. Hit me in the email. It does cost. That's why it says book. That's why it's called book a session. And I'm not talking about the people who booked one with me and told me they had to get back to me. I'm not talking about that. There's certain brothers and sisters on this channel who are unaware of what book a session means. Book a session means it costs money. It costs money. All right. So just like everything else costs money, and just like nothing else is free. All right. These videos are about as free as it gets, my brothers and sisters. All right. So it does cost money. Stop trying to get something for nothing. I've been there. It didn't get me anywhere. And when you realize that you pay for something, you might mess around and get your money's worth. I'm just playing with y'all, but for real, reach out to me, pay for the session, and you will get your money's worth. All right. Also, get you one of these fabulous wristbands, baby. Get you one of these wristbands. All right. It's getting warm out. You ain't gonna have no shirt on. You're gonna be able to style it, profile it. Wristband, baby. All right, It's been another DrewTube special. I appreciate every one of y'all. Thank you for watching this video. Shout out to everybody who's supporting the channel. Shout out to everybody who's making super chats. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Shout out to everybody who's making donations to my Cash App and to my PayPal. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace, love, and light. We out.